It was at this very place that less than 24 hours ago, 2 young girls lost their lives. Westchester Lagoon has been frozen solid for months. But now that we're seeing warmer temperatures, this lake could be dangerous for skaters. Making their way through the thick smoke, Josh and TJ were finally able to break through this door, running down these steps to escape the flames and make a desperate call for help. Officials say sending the average text requires you to take your eyes off the road for about 3 seconds. That's the equivalent of driving blind the entire length of this football field. A simple and necessary task, like filling up a tank of gas, can be a real challenge for families living in rural parts of Alaska, where gas prices more than double those here in Anchorage, reaching more than $8 a gallon. Officials say homelessness is a growing problem here in Anchorage, an issue exaggerated by the disparity between minimum wage and the high costs of living. In the backcountry, here along Turnagain Arm, it's remote avalanches that have rangers most concerned. That's when movement causes weaker snow to collapse underneath the ice pack, leading to a slide. That's exactly what happened here on Friday. Good evening, I'm Liz Raines. President Obama today bowed to the wishes of Congress and turned away from what seemed like an imminent attack on Syria. It was an afternoon nap that almost turned deadly. And the reason why one family is still alive, well, it might just surprise you. Imagine waking up to this. That's exactly what happened late Monday afternoon to Josh and TJ Zayasangshin.
Yeah, it's real scary.
A fire tore through the 3-story Anchorage Sands apartment complex, leaving nearly 24 people without a home. Josh, who says he was in the apartment where the fire started, says he's lucky just to be alive.
I'm about another 5 minutes. If I didn't wake up, they'd kill me. The fire burned my son and me.
5 minutes that made all the difference. And it's thanks to this little guy, 4-year-old TJ.
He saved my life. He waked me up. I didn't know what's going on until he waked me up and I opened my eyes, see the flame coming out underneath the smoke.
Josh says the smoke was so thick he had trouble finding TJ and a way out of the apartment.
I'm looking for him. I cannot see him because it's dark inside. Very dark. And then I grabbed his hand and pulled him out and opened the door, found me all the way down. Yeah, I almost get burned.
Making their way through the thick smoke, Josh and TJ were finally able to break through this door, running down these steps to escape the flames and make a desperate call for help.
I screamed and I called everybody out the apartment.
While first responders were able to safely evacuate all residents, the fire remains a vivid reality. A nightmare that Josh and TJ are reliving for the first time.
You see my wife can get in there looking stuff?
There's nothing left.
Nothing left?
No, there's nothing.
Oh, okay.
Looking through the ruins of the place they once called home. In this building behind me, fire officials are still on scene investigating the cause of the fire, but they have told us that they estimate the total damage to the apartment complex at more than $500,000. Live in Spenard, Liz Raines, Channel 2 News. Right now, it's a waiting game. We're told a specialist has been flown in from Germany to make repairs, but for now, this ship and its passengers are stuck here in Seward. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. A trip that gray skies, fog, and a little rain won't ruin. But for Tracy Rose and the more than 2,000 passengers waiting to board the 91,000-pound, 12-deck high Celebrity Millennium cruise ship, it wasn't the weather that dampened their spirits.
We're not cruising. We're sitting in a port doing what we can to make the best of it.
An unpredictable experience, one that has become all too predictable for the cruise industry, leaving these guests out in the cold.
Entertainment sucks. The guests' relations, they are like, they don't care. They haven't heard the last of me, because when I get home, it's going to get ugly.
On Friday, towards the end of a 7-day cruise, the Celebrity Millennium reported experiencing electrical problems with one of 2 propulsion motors. The ship was able to limp into the port of Seward several hours behind schedule. While that was good news for the passengers on board, it was bad news for Marty Grossman and his family, who are here celebrating his 25th wedding anniversary, waiting to begin their Alaskan adventure.
They handed us a piece of paper that said, we regret to tell, as we're standing in line to get on the ship.
You're sort of trapped at that point. It wasn't
right, you're
anything.
there, you have to get on the ship, and it says, by the way, the engine's out, we're going to be here until Tuesday, and then we're going straight to Vancouver.
A situation that has left thousands feeling isolated and helpless.
Once we were down here, you were limited. especially with a big group. So, you know, we would have preferred maybe a little bit earlier notice, given more options.
You can't do anything on that ship but go to eat, and I don't want to go eat.
You wanted to see
I want to see Alaska.
An unsettling reality, one that has become all too real as the dreams of a great Alaskan adventure begin to fade. And to add to the situation, passengers have told us that restrooms have been out of order on the starboard side of the ship from yesterday until today. The Millennium is expected to be up and running by Tuesday, heading directly to Vancouver without making any stops along the way. In Seward, Liz Rains, Channel 2 News.
Line is ready. Shooter, stand by.
It's a competition known simply as
Fire!
the Shoot. A contest between the Alaska State Troopers and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police that has been going strong for decades.
This is a 53-year tradition, the longest running international police shooting competition in the world. Fire!
It all started back in 1959 when an inspector with the Mounties wanted to find a way for the two departments to strengthen their working partnership.
We face the same challenges, we have the same criminals doing the same things, and we fight those criminals in the same ways. Fire!
For 2 days, 6 selected shooters from each team will take part in a number of competitions, including shooting stationary targets from several distances, tactical shooting with moving targets, and they do it all with a little twist. Switching guns using their opponent's firearm.
The gun shoots differently, it's a different caliber, a different trigger pull, and it's not something that we practice with. None of us own these type of guns on our own to practice with throughout the year.
The tradition started years ago when a trooper had to cross the border into Canada in pursuit of a suspect. Policy prevented the trooper from using his weapon in Canada, so the Mounties provided him with one of their own.
Fire!
Today, it's a big part of the competition, a friendly rivalry that runs deep.
The commander of the Alaska State Troopers and Commissioner of Public Safety, usually I let him win.
With the hopes of bringing home the hardware.
We're always hopeful we'll be able to take the trophy back with us. There's a spot for it that it would look very nice back in our headquarters.
There's a little bit of trash talking involved, all good-natured and good fun, but we certainly try and get inside the other team's head a little bit.
But at the end of the day, the shoot is about so much more than winning or losing.
It's camaraderie, it's friendship. You know, I don't remember who won the trophy which years, but I do remember the memories that we've made.
Memories that help foster a long-standing relationship with their northern counterparts. Liz Rains, Channel 2 News.